Evening, everybody. It's a few minutes before 4, and I know that this is very early, but I'm going out with my granddaughters at 5:30, so I won't be around for the excuse me, the opening of all of the futures. So this is going to be a strictly a pretty much a gold comment. The gold looks like it's really trying to bottom here. As I pointed out last week, this continues dramatic decline in open interest is important. If you look here, this number was about 605,000 in open interest, and currently we're 404. So a one-third drop in open interest. I know this is doesn't really have a scale for you to look at, but this is very common to see when they shake out all of the week longs and the commercials end up with control of the market. And believe it or not, 400,000 is a pretty low open interest. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's a number like that. There isn't, going back the full 2 years. So, and as you can see, the last time it came down like this from a higher level, uh, we had a terrific run. Same situation here. As it declined into this bottom, we had another run, didn't get very far, but I think that this is an interesting place. I certainly wouldn't buy it up here. Um, I know that Dennis was long down here around the 1760 area. A look at the daily will give you a little bit better perspective. Um, all of the moving averages have now come together in this uh, uh, 18 to 19, 17 to 1800 range. And so we could work higher. Obviously, 1820 is a problem, as is the area of around 1840, which is where we broke down the last time. This was a pretty horrendous $45 day, followed by another $22 day right after that. So we'll have to see. But I do note that the MACDs have crossed back to the upside. This is the first time that we're positive since those highs. The last couple of times that it did that, we had nice runs in here from the 1750 area all the way up to 1880. I mean, that's a pretty substantial run. So I'm not sure if that's what we're going to see, and I certainly have a problem buying it after a 3 day run from 1750 to 1815. But we'll have to see if it comes back into this 1795 area and holds. I'd be pretty impressed with it, and I'd have to take a look. I also want to show you the silver, which also performed particularly well, especially the first day. I think on that day it was up 3 times the amount that gold was. But again, this is a little cleaner chart. We have these bottoms at 2140. This one was exactly 2141. This one was 2141. So, a nice double bottom. We're just going to cross to the upside in the MACD here. And this area, which corresponds to the gold, is all the way up here almost at $25. So this could have a bit more of a run. I expect it would have some problems around 2340, 2350, but that's $1 from here. And $1 is a nice run. That's $5,000 on a contract, 5,000 ounce contract. So I also want to go back and show you one more chart. Doesn't have anything to do with the dollar or the gold, but I did include it as a new chart in this week's letter. It's corn. I really like this chart. And frankly, if you look at this, I'm not saying that it's the same thing or that there's any correspondence to it at all. But this is what I showed you for the past couple of weeks. 4 months actually, in the dollar. Big W bottom here. This one has extended further out. It tried in here, 596 and 3/4, and came back in, right back to the support. And it's tried it a couple of times. This is the highest close in this consolidation. Previously, the highest close was 591 and 3/4. We closed at 593 and a quarter, and I think that we could extend up, even if we only get to this 50% Fibonacci retracement. That's 616 and change. This is a 5,000 bushel contract, so $50 a cent. The margin on this is about $1,600 or $1,700. So $1,000 move on $1,600 worth of margin is really quite substantial. And of course, there is an ETF with options, the symbol for which is CORN, and this is all on page 18 of this week's letter. So I will later, when I come back, do a brief video on the rest of the futures markets, and I will put that out through WhatsApp and email again when I'm done with that, so you'll have some idea. And of course, I'll be back first thing in the morning with a pre-opening comment. All right, everyone. Hope everyone had a nice weekend.